Hardcore Fresh is here, and I've challenged myself to go live every single day until I hit 60. But at the start of each day, I have to spin the wheel. The wheel contains 14 unique challenges, which I have to strictly adhere to during the course of that stream. It includes stuff like not being allowed to cast spells, having to stream outside, taking a shot each time I take damage, and much more. But with that established, it was time for the launch of Hardcore Fresh, and we had to spin our first wheel. Let's get a challenge we can do, okay? No. Fire only. Okay. That is a pretty decent challenge to get. In the later levels, fire is probably the weakest spec to be limited to, especially on hardcore. While the raw single target damage is amazing, it lacks sustainable AoE, it lacks any form of mage armor, it has no shields and no CC/movement abilities aside from Blast Wave. You can imagine Fire Mage as a warlock without a pet or the ability to fear. This is why rolling fire only as our first challenge is insanely lucky. Starting off, speccing fire using Fireball and Fire Blast is already the fastest way to level, and since our utility is extremely limited at these early levels, the downsides of fire has yet to show its face. Oh yeah, look at this. Let's see if I can snipe him. Odds of me getting this? Pretty high, right? Yeah. Yeah, these guys suck. Yeah, thank you for killing it for me. Goodbye. I have the strat. I think the strat is just low ping, but outside of that, I have the strat. With that said, it wasn't all sunshine and roses, as the exclusion of Frost Armor and later on Frost Nova leaves me extremely vulnerable due to my very low chances of escaping danger. I'm dead here, by the way. Okay, I'm fine. Each cloth user has tools to compensate for the fact that they have the weakest armor type. Priest has Inner Fire, Power Word Shield, and Psychic Scream, easily bailing them out of bad situations. Warlocks have Demon Skin, Fear, and Pets. Being left without any of those, I have no way of confidently getting away from enemies. Keeping this in mind, it's not all that bad since my damage output is insane, and most enemies die as they reach me, but this has some caveats. 1, I need mana to do so, and 2, if enemies catch me off guard, such as patrols, I'm basically instantly dead. Because of these two reasons, caves are virtually a death sentence if I do not play it extremely carefully. As soon as I venture into a cave, I have to rely solely on other people being there to clean up my mess. And while Fresh does offer a ton of people to do so, it also brings along the dangers of hyperspawn. Hyperspawning is probably something you've heard before, but basically in some areas there need to be a certain amount of enemies alive at all times. If you kill enemies below that cap, enemies will instantly respawn everywhere in that linked area. This could be camps of enemies, entire zones, or most importantly, caves. Most of the time, this is solved by just sticking to the entrance of said cave, since you do not run the risk of getting trapped with respawns on top of you, and you also get plenty of spawns due to the hyper-spawning nature. Okay, can we kill Vargash? It is possible we could kill him. I didn't wait for mana tick. This could be really bad. I should start pulling it to the guard. Maybe that was a mistake, actually. Okay, I think I'm good. Yeah. Okay, sicko mode. Sadly, where this does not work is when certain enemies only spawn deeper inside a cave. Look, like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, shit. See, this is what I'm talking about, like, that just spawns behind me. I'm standing there, I'm dead. How do I get out? I need someone to, like, come rescue me. Okay, now there's a lot of people here. The goal for day 1 is quite simple. Get a Greater Magic Wand. This item is vital, specifically on the off chance that we manage to roll the no spells challenge in the coming days. The enchanting wands are extremely strong for their level, and if we are caught off guard, having to use no spells while not having a wand, that challenge will be extremely miserable, if not impossible. But since we are solo self-found, meaning we can't group, trade, nor use the auction house, getting this wand is not as easy as just rolling up to the AH and buying it. Instead, we need to rely on tailoring and our own enchanting to get there. Crafting brown linen robes, then disenchanting them is a very reliable way to meet this goal. But to get there, we need close to 200 linen cloth. So while we are working on that, let us go more in depth into the nature of this challenge. The wheel. I need to stream every day until level 60. The challenge for that day is decided by, as we mentioned, the wheel. The challenges include no spells, arcane/fire/frost only. If I take damage in game, I have to do a shot of alcohol. First person only being allowed to cast spells by typing them, not being able to move aside from /follow. RuneScape mode, aka everything needs to be clicked from menus. Touch grass, meaning I have to stream outside. Random zone, boars only. RP only, meaning I have to RP walk everywhere. And lastly, match food/drink. So every time I drink or eat a food in game, I also have to eat that in real life. If a challenge gets rolled, it gets deleted, so I can never roll it again. But how long do I actually need to commit to one challenge? In theory, I could just instantly end the day if it's atrocious. Well, the rule for that is simple. I have to get at least 1 level per stream. In the beginning, this may not seem like such an insurmountable task. 1 level at 16 will at most take an hour or 2, no matter how bad the challenge. But imagine getting something like no spells at level 55. I could be stuck for an entire day just trying to get 1 simple level. With this in mind, it's imperative that I prepare for the potential coming days as well as I can. For example, making sure I have good gear, getting a wand, having enough coin for respecs, etc. This is also why I have to capitalize on good rolls as much as possible. Since this is the best time to roll fire only, I need to prepare as much as I can. And with 7 hours played, level 14 reached, a lot of linen cloth farmed, and our greater magic wand crafted, we were ready to end day 1 and spin the wheel to receive day 2's challenge. Rested XP, details, questy, plater, all things a true role player would not even know exists. Therefore, we needed to upgrade our UI from this lame, optimized bullshit to something respectable. With our backstory written, it was time to embark on an epic quest to Westfall to save the good people from the Defia Scourge. So a quick question, how slow do you think RP walking is? If you had to guess a number, maybe 60-50% of original run speed? Well, the exact answer is 35.6. 1/3 of your normal running speed. Fortunately, this challenge isn't all pain and misery, since while we are forced to walk everywhere, we do have access to our entire mage arsenal. Unfortunately, our odds of escaping danger aren't that likely still. While Frost Armor does help, and so does Frost Nova, unless the enemies are slowed by the equivalent of a maxed out improved Blizzard, we are still a lot slower than them. But we are coming into Westfall with a somewhat high level, considering the amount of time we spent farming cloth the day prior. So hopefully the potential threat to our lives will die before they even have the chance of forcing us to flee. Holy, upgrade. Oh, what can I drop? What can I drop? Vulture feathers. Oh, I can run. Whoa. No. No. Please no. Please reset. Oh my god. Now normally I would say that being forced to RP walk as a mage isn't all that bad. Since your power level is so high, you can most likely still AoE farm, pull a lot of enemies, and in general keep a decent pace, especially if you got Blink unlocked. But in this particular scenario, where I do not have Blink yet, and I'm forced to level in the most stacked zone in terms of players the game has ever seen thanks to Fresh, it is close to impossible for me to compete with mob tagging. If I see an enemy, I have to start making my way over there 3 times as early as somebody else who sees it. And when there are at least 10 players in sight at all times, this becomes a bit of a struggle. And still, I can't be too greedy, as my ability to get out of sticky situations is quite impaired to say the least. After 2 hours of playing, I managed to get my 1 level done, and had completed the criteria for me to end the stream. 2 whole hours to get from 84% in level 14 to 84% in level 15. That's insane. Even if I was technically finished, I wanted to get a bit further, as with access to all my spells, I still have a relatively strong chance of surviving, and I've got to push every day as far as I can. And with most of the Defias cleansed from Westfall, I decided to call it a day, and retire from role-playing, hopefully forever. Please be something good. Not that there is anything good. Let's go. I guess it's time to start baking some bread. So I have to match every food or drink item I consume in-game in real life. Naturally, mage food is off the table, since we're level 16, thus having access to level 15 food, which is far superior to the level 5 food I can craft at my level. Which means we have to take a look at what food is available for us at level 15. We have some real bangers here, from pickled cod foot to murloc fin soup. But the thing that really caught my eye was moist cornbread. It is easy to make in large batches, and unlike something such as mutton chops, will probably not cost me 3 years of ad revenue to supply myself with. We also had snapvine watermelon as part of this list, which is a relatively easy one to acquire, but I felt hesitant to rely on it since the premium source of drinks at this level happens to be melon juice. 5 deciliter coarsely ground cornmeal. I only found finely ground cornmeal, but I'm sure it doesn't matter. 3 teaspoons baking powder. Actually supposed to be 1 baking soda, but I didn't have any, but I'm sure it doesn't matter. A little bit of salt. Yummy. Yeah, 1 beaten egg, a little bit of melted unsalted butter. I mean, this butter is salted, I didn't have unsalted, but I'm sure it doesn't matter. A little bit of yagi. Wow. I mean, yeah, why not? That's a lot of melon. Fuck. This is only half. Guess it's time to blend. Okay, we're almost ready. You might be wondering, why is he making so damn much? Surely this is more than what's required for one simple level. And while that is true, we have to remember that aside from having to prepare the food and drinks, this challenge has 0 restrictions on actual gameplay. This means I want to have access to as much as physically possible, to make sure I can push this day as far as I can. This is why we have around a gallon of melon juice, a whole pan worth of cornbread, access to lesser healing potions, standard healing potions, and minor mana potions. All so I can push this day as far as possible. And with that, it's time to game. Am I dead? Jesus Christ. If you want to follow the Wheel Adventure live, you can follow me on Twitch or just look out for it here on YouTube, as I will be streaming on both platforms every day until I hit 60. I might just eat some in-game food just to be able to eat some real life food. Oh, cornbread. Yep. Well, sitting down to drink some melon juice. Shit, I'm running out. Refreshing. Oh, I can feel my mana being back to full. The goals for day 3 are as follows. Do the dead mines and reach level 22. Doing dungeons when I have the chance to, aka when I have access to all my spells, will be very important, because the very next day it could be completely out of the picture. The logistics of this challenge are actually quite interesting. Technically, I could just send straight mage AoE farming and really speedrun my way there, but since that requires an obscene amount of drinking, I will most likely run out of juice halfway through 18. Remember, these can't stun. Oh shit, healing pot! Yeah, that was maybe a bit too careless. Shit, I'm eating and drinking. Fuck. Wow. Great. I need to refill my healing potion. This means I have to balance regenerating mana by using as much wanding as possible while getting a few spells in with the mana I have, making sure I drink/eat when it's really necessary, so that it lasts me the entire day. Oh, I guess we need to drink. Okay. Good job busting. hydrated. The reason to go into the dead mines is quite obvious. A ton of quests and XP to put you ahead in levels, a plethora of available gear upgrades, especially the Emberstone staff. So after a bit of waiting, I eventually found a group and ventured into the dungeon. Hardcore players, even with the challenge in mind, aren't typically known to be the very best players, but as long as you take it slow and I made sure to handle the pulling, we should come out unscathed. Run out of cornbread and melon juice yet? Absolutely fucking not, but this is our final out of the 3 we had. We are playing a very simple game here. No peeing until Van Cleef is dead. Come on, let me piss. Oh, actually, give me staff. Change my mind, I don't care about pissing. Give me staff, give me staff, give me staff. Ooh. Now, warriors do need this. Hopefully the tank doesn't know. And it's just like, it's a staff, I don't want that. Mom, priest. Pass, 4. Yes, I rolled an 8. Let's fucking go! After the run was finished, I had gone through a lot of melon juice and was down to my last bottle. Okay, listen, I fucking need to piss. I'm gonna log out here. But with a lot of gear upgrades and being halfway through 21, I went into Red Ridge to finish off 22 with a decent amount of AoE farming. And close to 4 liters of melon juice later, and this is the last string, cheers, we got to 22 with a single glass remaining, perfectly timed for reaching our goal. 20 and subsequently 22 brings with it a lot of upgrades, with 20 unlocking basically all major utility for the mage and 22 giving us access to improved Blizzard, turning us into a relentless mass killing machine. And all that was left to do in the day was to roll the next challenge. Please, something good. Not touch grass. Just not touch grass. Okay, I guess I'll see you there.